Welcome to the DoubleACS Daily News. Governor Baker has ordered Massachusetts schools closed for the rest of the school year due to the coronavirus. The Attleboro Public Schools are adapting to this new situation, and we spoke with Superintendent David Sawyer to learn more.
So it wasn't a surprise. As I told families in an email this weekend, we're disappointed. I think all of us would like to go back to school, almost desperately, I would say. But it was not a surprise, just given the conditions that we're operating under. We're not able to go back yet. And I'm led to believe that we're not going to be able to go back to school as we remember it until after there's a vaccine. So while we're hopeful that we'll be able to go back in the fall, it's not going to be school as we once knew it. It's going to have all kinds of social distancing measures in place that we haven't even received guidance on, so I don't even know what that looks like. But that'll be a whole different situation. So, we want to get back. We want to get back to normal. There's a long way from here to there. So the governor's message was helpful in that it provided clarity for this spring. We no longer had the possibility of returning, competing with the need to come up with a solution for not returning. So those were two very different situations and required different plans. And so to not have to manage both plans and take actions that didn't make it hard to go in either direction if needed certainly simplified things for us, and we welcomed that news and we agreed with the decision. So now we can really focus on how are we going to make the remainder of the year work best for everybody. We now know that there's not going to be an opportunity to return to a normal classroom setting to work on grades. And we've been saying all along that in the remote learning circumstances, we can't fairly grade students. It's not an even playing field. It's not even remotely close to what we're able to provide in a classroom setting. And so, we're not going to grade that work. Now, that's not to say we're not going to assess the work that we're assigning. We're assigning work every day to kids. Actually on a weekly basis, and students are doing that work and turning that work in, and teachers are looking at that work and providing them feedback. They're correcting it. They're saying this is right, this is wrong, this needs to be better, you can work on this. Depending on the nature of the work, you get different kinds of feedback. But so we're, because you can't learn unless you know whether you did it right or not, right? So we are grading the work in the sense that we're providing that feedback on whether it's right or not, but we're not turning that score that we're giving students on their work into a grade. And we know that there's not going to be any grade produced for what we call T3, which is trimester 3. So the district is on a trimester system. It luckily coincided with the closure coincided with the close of T2. So on report cards, there's going to be no grade for T3, and that was something we could now decide to do because we weren't going to have to combine that with some in-school work that would have happened if we had gone back. Other things is we know we have to come up with a plan for graduation, and certainly the high school's working on that piece of it. Another part of it is that we know that we're going to need to have Chromebooks that we lent out in the community to support learning as long as we can, but we also know we have to collect them back. So knowing that we're going to do that in June is some clarity for us, and the idea that we want to preserve as much of a stable learning environment for May as we can to solidify what's salvageable for this school year, to put us in the best possible position for when we all come back next year, under whatever conditions those are. That was helpful. So we really put in a plan to deliver, a pretty clear routine for the month of May. And then as we get into June, we got to work on some of these other logistical things like the Chromebooks.
That's it for today's update. If you are an organization or government official that would like to share information with the public on DoubleACS TV and WARA 1320 AM, you can email news@doubleacs.com. For DoubleACS News, I'm Austin Ricketts.